My name is Lorenzo Martinez.
And today is
September 19th,
2023.
2023.
And how old are you now?
I'm 95 years old.
Wow. And when did you come to Carpinteria?
Our parents came here in 1937.
Okay, very good. Well, we're going to do a little tour, and whatever you remembered that used to be there, let me know.
Okay.
Okay, you can start, Tara. We're about to come down Linden Avenue,
And,
just north of Carpinteria Avenue. Go ahead.
and right here at this corner, there used to be a Bank of America.
Okay, right on
Right,
the corner
right here
of,
on the right corner.
okay. And before the Bank of America, do you remember?
I, I don't remember that there was anything
And
besides
how
that.
about on the other side? So slow down. Well, the best you can. What was on the other side of the street?
There was not a union, a standard gas station was there, and a Shell gas station was there.
On that corner. Okay. And this
And
was the old B
this
of
used to be
A.
the Bank of America when we
Okay.
first came here.
And what was on that corner there?
Uh,
Mills
not
Corner?
just
Mills Drugstore?
nothing that I remember.
Well, there was Mills Drugstore, I think.
No, nothing there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there was a drugstore there.
Yeah, okay, Mills
Yeah,
Drugstore.
a Mills drugstore.
Okay, was on that corner.
At that
there.
corner,
Yeah.
right there.
And now this corner there, next to Worker Bee, what was there?
There was a bakery was right there, and the post office used to be next door.
To where Worker Bee is?
Where the bakery, yeah, the next door.
Okay.
And it went from Linden to the alley right there.
Oh, the post office?
Yeah, the post office.
Were you the mailman?
I was one of the mailmen.
Okay.
There was
And what was next door to the post office?
a pickup shop, and there and no hardly any buildings. It was like a shack here on the right side. There used to be a pickup shop, magazine, and it sold everything. And there used to be a grocery,
We're picking
a
up.
Shell gas station
Okay, so a Shell gas station. was
across the
there.
street,
Yeah.
and
And over here.
a standard gas station right here.
Right, and then the post office was
The
over
post
here.
office was right in here. It went from here.
Which color? The blue one?
I think it's this one.
You think it's
The
this
antique shop.
one? Okay, gotcha.
Antique
That's
shop
it.
went all the way to the back.
And then on the corner was a grocery store. You said?
No, it was all that I can remember. Yeah, there's all.
Stay here. So I think you said before this was a grocery store on
Yeah.
the corner. And then across the street in this old building.
There used to be a used car dealership, a car dealership.
Okay.
Bill, what was his name? Bill's. Oh my goodness.
Well, and then there's the Torii Gate, that kind of Japanese or Asian. Do you know what that was?
No, I
Okay,
don't. No, I
okay.
don't.
How about now that we can go slowly?
This
what
this
was it,
this
John?
building has been there. I think that's the where the oh they used to have meetings there.
Oh, a meeting hall, like Masonic or something?
Like the one that they have by the post office.
Okay.
The,
yeah, that's the Masonic. And how about across the street on this side?
There was old big shops. There was old shops.
Okay.
And
And here where the art center is, you could pull over.
it was
Tom.
empty.
It was an empty lot.
Yeah.
Okay. But next door to the art center, which is part of the art center now, there is some restaurants there, huh?
Right here.
Okay. And stay here, Tara.
And
what was across the street where the seal fountain is now?
there used to be a Safeway.
Safeway there.
Safeway right there.
And the parking lot was
Yeah.
where the
It's
seal
been there
fountain.
as long as I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about good Tara? How about
This-
on this corner?
On this corner, they're like, um, um, I'm not sure.
Okay, no problem.
I'm not sure.
And then as we coming across the street, what do you remember on either side?
It's just those houses have been there ever since that I can remember.
Yeah.
Right there, everything's been there.
And on the across the street,
Uh,
well, there
The-
was the
yeah,
Austin's
a liquor store,
liquor store was there.
Tino's liquor store,
Tino's
and
Liquor.
and on this there would be a an empty lot, and they used to have horse rides.
Pull over here. Yeah. Horse rides?
Horse rides.
Right in the empty
Next
lot?
next to the there was an empty lot next to a liquor store,
Uh-huh.
and they used to have a like a runabout with horses running around,
Hmm.
and the kids would get on. It was like a what do you call?
Pony rides?
Yeah, pony rides.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then this was
this was. There used to be a
hardware store?
hardware store.
I know Amweg's at one
How much?
point.
Yeah, there used to
And
be another
And then Austin's.
Austin's.
Yeah.
Austin's was
Okay.
yeah.
And how about right over here now? There's the Palms on the corner.
Yeah, and just stores like this.
There was a TV repair store.
A
there.
TV repair store right there,
Yeah. Okay.
next to where the ice cream parlor is at.
Yeah. And okay, now we're keeping. Now across the street was that Tony's restaurant.
Tony's was to the left, over here.
Oh yeah, it started off
Yeah.
over here.
Tony's
and then it
restaurant.
moved over here.
And they moved across the street.
Okay. And what else was? You can keep going. What else was on this block?
There was used to be houses there,
Houses
and
here?
an ice plant.
An ice.
Ice
plant.
where they used to come and get ice right next to Bloom's.
Okay, interesting. And that corner house has always been there, the Cravens house.
Yeah, the Craven's house. And right here, a welding shop used to be here.
Was that Ernie Walbrand?
Ernie Wilbrand.
or Ernie's brother?
No, Joe Wilbrand.
Okay, Joe
Wilbrand's shop was there.
Okay.
And
And
this-
what about next door?
There was just, I think, people living there. And the restaurant was right here. It was-
It's always a restaurant.
There was a restaurant right here.
Uh-huh.
A beer place right here in the empty lot.
Okay. And how about across the street, this warehouse?
That's been there. There used to be a lemon packing house.
Oh, okay, this one here. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Is that the same building as the Lemon?
it's
Packing?
been there. Yeah, it's the same building.
Okay. And
it was-
over here,
Over here used to be the depot,
the train
the
station.
train station right here.
Do you remember the building?
Yeah,
There was a depot.
yes,
yeah.
I remember it. And when I was working at the post office, we used to bring the mail here, and the train would come,
Pull over.
and we put the mail in sacks, and with a big bamboo thing like this, and we put it like this, and as they went by the plane, they took the mail from us, and then they dropped our mail on the floor. Then we had not a buggy. So we used to put the mail in there and then walk back to the post office.
Uh-huh. Did they drop the mail while the train was still moving?
Yeah,
Really?
they did.
Was it dangerous?
Not really. In those days, they slowed down real good. There was two of us that would pick up the mail.
And the train station building, was it used much?
It used to be right here,
Yeah.
right here.
What was it used much? What was it used for? People would wait to go on the train?
Yep.
Okay.
Was-
Now across the street is, you can go
The packing house has been there ever since, like, over there.
House here.
yeah, a lemon packing house and another lemon packing house on the other side,
Oh, down
the
there,
big
yeah,
building
okay.
where they have the services for Sunday.
Uh-huh. And here, there's an empty lot
Empty lot.
here.
It's been like that all the time that I can remember.
And how about the spot?
The spot, I'm not sure whether it's been there ever since, but when we were in high school, way back in 44 and 40, the rest of the place was still there.
Okay.
And these buildings have been there ever since.
That house there. I
Yeah.
hear there was a monkey that used to live on the deck. Do you remember the monkey?
The monkey,
Was there a monkey that lived in this house?
not that I,
You don't recall that, okay.
not that, not that.
But I think that was the Stein house at one point. Do you remember any of these other houses, what was going on?
There were small houses here. The houses that are here now are there. And from here, from
This is
this Third Street?
3rd Street, yeah.
3rd Street, from 3rd Street that way, it was just sand dunes.
Really?
Yeah, from there it was just sand dunes.
Sand dunes to the ocean?
Yeah, yeah, and sand dunes up there, and at the and this was all sand dunes right here. No,
And so there were no buildings here?
no, it was just sand dunes.
Sand dunes.
Yeah,
And was this field always a field?
the field has always been there.
Uh-huh. How about the state park? Was the park
The state park has been there ever since that I can remember.
there? Yeah.
It's always been there, because my kids used to work there.
Oh, huh. And then what was the first building here? Was there a shop at the end of Linden Avenue?
Right here, this was all empty here. It was sand dunes here, and at the end there used to be like a restaurant on the hills, and there was about 4 cabins on top of the sand dunes to the right, and all this was just the a dirt road going like this.
Oh, this was a dirt road?
Yeah.
And so there was
At the end, there used to be a restaurant at the end of here, and the beach has always been like this.
What, was there a shop here at some point?
No,
You don't
it was
recall
all
a
sand
shop?
dunes.
Okay. And a pier. Was there ever a pier here?
No, the pier was way back there,
The pier was a little
over
ways
by the
down.
creek.
Yeah.
Where the creek is at,
Yeah. Where the creek is where the pier was?
the pier was.
Yeah. What did people do on the pier?
Go fishing.
Uh-huh.
They went fishing, and we would go early in the mornings and park. We'd go early, but we used to go to the beach all the time, my wife and the kids, and we would go early and get a space underneath the pier, so we'd be in the shade, you know.
Oh, you could fish in the shade?
Yeah. And people would say, "How come you're here all the time?" Well, we get here early.
You remember what type of fish you caught?
There was almost oh, corbinas,
Corbinos?
and what was the other one they used to catch? Oh, I forget what the other was.
Tara, you could go down 8th Street now. We'll come up Carpinteria Avenue. Maybe start by Bob's Garage.
Yeah, and all this was sand dunes. These buildings weren't even there.
And do you remember, was it always called the world's safest beach?
Yep. And
Yeah, what do you say?
like I said, next to the restaurant there were uh, uh, cabins. There was about 3 or 4 cabins on the sand dunes, right here, this street to the left.
Okay, there are 3 or 4.
And all this was just sand dunes. Right there for all this that I can remember.
And where was the most expensive part of town? Was there a most expensive part of town?
It was over on
on the other side of the freeway?
the other side, and Concha Loma and all that up in there.
Concha Loma,
Yeah.
and then Foothill.
Velocito Road, Pine, and Star Pine Road was really where most of the people lived that had the money.
Uh-huh.
Star Pine Road was really nice.
And so we're going to go to Carpinteria Avenue now. Who are some of the people in town that you remember?
The Cravens used to run that house is right there in the corner.
Oh, okay, where the Craven's house is now?
Where the
Across from the packing house, huh?
Yeah, and they used to run an ice plant next to it where people would come and get ice.
Uh-huh. Tara, you could go up to Carpinteria Avenue, then turn left.
Okay.
Do you remember the fire in the packing house?
Oh, I used to work here in the packing house.
Oh, this packing house?
Lemon packing house.
Yeah, and is this where the fire was, or in the other?
The
packing?
fire was on the other one.
Okay. So this is the old Craven's house.
It's been there ever since. And right here next to, there used to be an ice plant that the Cravens used to run.
Uh-huh.
And the restaurant's been there ever since that I can remember. This.
And the palms.
There used to be Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza used to be there.
What about the palms? What was that like?
Oh, it's been there ever since I can remember. They have meals and there's people that reside up on top. They have rooms up there.
Okay, and you can cook your own steak there.
Yeah.
And this this old house here, that's been here for a while, huh?
Yeah, that's been there ever since.
How about this corner? Do you remember what was here?
Not. I don't know whether there was a grocery store. I'm not sure.
Okay. This was the empty lot where the art center is. And this was
The
the meeting hall?
meeting place for like the one that they have next to the post office.
The
The
Masonic Lodge.
Masonic Lodge used to be
Right,
there.
Okay, and this is where the
Used to
car
be there.
dealership was?
Bill Daly's, and this used to be a 5 and 10 store right here.
Oh, huh.
But this restaurant has been ever since that I can remember.
Uh-huh. Okay, now we're going to turn left on
And there used to be
Carpenter-
a gas station, a Shell gas station right
Shell.
here.
So, yeah, the gas stations were the center of town. huh?
Yeah.
I understand people would hang out at
And,
the gas
and,
station.
and this was a highway.
Oh, this was Highway 1,
Yeah.
Carpinteria Avenue.
And from here on, mostly lemon orchards on that side.
Uh-huh. Was there also a dairy straight ahead?
A
on
dairy
it?
was on the other side of,
The freeway?
yeah, where they have that new complex that went across the
Yeah.
Catholic Church.
Right.
There used to be a dairy there.
Okay. So now what do you recall here?
Also the theater,
The movie
mostly the theater, and they used to have. I think they have a barber shop. This barber shop has been there ever since.
Okay.
The
it's
barber
down
shop
there,
is right
yeah.
there.
How
It's
about
been
on
he-
this side? Was that a grocery store there?
It was Safeway,
Safeway?
Safeway on that side.
Okay. What else do you remember here?
And those buildings have been there ever since.
Danny?
And this liquor store has been there ever since I can remember.
Okay.
In the
And the Rockwell house. I
And-
guess.
next door, that's been there ever since.
The Rockwell house here?
Yeah. This, right here,
Uh-huh.
like collectors.
Was he a postman? I think I heard a story he died in some flood or something. Oh, how about this? What was across the street from Brass Bird? Was it an A&W root beer?
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
and the
this one?
doctors have been there ever since.
Okay, and this has been an empty lot?
And across the street,
Yeah?
Reyes Market has been there ever since.
Okay. How about on this side?
On the side, the
Yeah.
Roseboro garage used to be there. It's still there.
Okay, yeah.
And that building has ever been there ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And at one time, all this was an empty lot over here. Only one house was right there, and the rest has been built ever since.
are these the Maciases here?
The Maciases.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I saw them on the
All the family here.
destination signpost. Okay. Something new's going in here. Do you remember
Yeah.
what was there before?
It's where the rental.
It was a rental.
The rental is there.
Okay.
And this, I really don't remember what this was here before.
Okay.
And that trailer park there has been ever since. It's
Okay.
been there.
Do you remember anybody that lived there?
I used to remember one. There used to be a senior citizen. He used to be in the service. We used to go to the luncheons, and he would go with his little scooter.
What about here? Remember anything here?
This I don't remember what
I think
this-
there was like
old buildings.
a
I think
car dealership at one point, or
because all these are new.
yeah, this is all new.
Oh, this is
And
new.
over here,
Those buildings has been there ever since. That one's
I
there
think
too.
this one caught
Yeah,
on
it's
fire
been
and
there.
was rebuilt.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
They've-
Clementine's.
Oh, Clementine's. Oh, they've been here forever.
And this garden store on the corner.
This has been here.
Okay, pull over.
This
to your car.
nursery's been here ever since I can remember.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Going
I'm
around
sorry,
the front.
can you say that again? At Clementine's. what
At
is it?
Clementine's, they used to have like a rotisserie where they were baking the chickens and everything, and you could see it turning around. But then that changed. But it's a great steakhouse.
Okay, you can go now, Tara.
And the welding shop has been there ever since I can remember.
Okay. And let's see, we're coming up on, you can go, we're coming up on Aliso, and was there also a Bracero camp there?
Yeah, this has been here ever since.
And where the hotel is, do you know what was there?
It's very. I know that this is new, but I don't remember what was there.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's used cars.
Now, Aliso School.
I don't remember.
Did you go to Aliso School?
Did I go to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was one of the students that's painted on the mural. The mural that they have.
Oh, you're on the mural? But, you were.
It's
what?
a new mural that they put.
Right, new mural.
And they have a army, the Marine Corps, and the Navy on the side, and I'm in the middle.
Okay. And so it was a Mexican-only school, wasn't it?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, and at one time, all this was when the Bracero program came around. All these buildings weren't here. They had a camp for the Bracero program on the left side. And all these cabins have been there ever since.
What's the Bracero program?
The Bracero program was here. People from Mexico would come and work here. They were on visas and things like that.
And they were just here.
They had
for
a regular.
season?
They had a regular camp, eating facilities, toilet facilities, and all that. And all this was on the right side. It was just lemon orchards.
Oh, okay.
Lemon orchards.
And Delgado's.
Delgado's has been there ever since. And this trailer park is new because the lemon orchard used to be here. They took it out and they put the trailer park in there.
And were there houses here?
There used to be houses here. And then they turned out this facility there with the new buildings and everything. But there were small houses in here.
And did Carpinteria Avenue end where it now ends?
It was just a 2-lane. There was nothing on this, just 2 lanes coming in.
Oh, and this was Highway 1.
Highway 1 used to be Highway 1.
For the freeway.
And all these were empty, as far as I remember. These weren't there until way later, in 1950s.
So these tilt-ups, the buildings there are new, I take it.
This was empty. All that was empty.
Well, was there more traffic on Carpinteria Avenue when it was Highway 1?
There wasn't as much, but it's everything. What do you call it? More cars kept coming. More cars kept coming. So they build some more. And these used to be old buildings. We used to live here in one of the houses that was right here when we first moved to Carpinteria. There were just houses like the one that's right there we passed, like that. There was about 4 of them right here. And this is new. All this is new here.
Now, this used to be Old Town. That's probably before your time.
This was Old Town. We used to live here in Old Town.
And why? Do you know why this was Old Town?
Good old houses, and a lot of us Mexicans used to live here. And the early houses were built here. Like all these weren't here. See, there's like these houses. No, they weren't here. Let's see, where is that house?
Maybe this one? Well, no, this looks like it.
See this house right there?
Yeah.
They've been here ever since. All these.
Okay.
And then the restaurant again.
What schools did you go to?
And over on Perry Street, way at the end of this street.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he used to live.
And did you ever go in the marsh as a kid?
Oh, we used to play baseball
In
in the marsh. Take our bases when it was dry. We used to play baseball out there in the marsh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And now people aren't allowed to go there because it would hurt the
Yeah.
animals and fauna.
And see, there's a creek here. A creek.
Yeah.
In the old days,
Santa Monica
we
Creek.
used to catch a trout there, and the creek would fill up to the top, and we would go to the railroad track, and from the railroad track we go jump into the water all the time because it was full. And
was it rainbow trout or
rainbow trout?
Steelhead trout?
Yeah, steelhead.
Yeah, steelhead trout.
Yeah, we used to catch it there. And then when we were in school, we used to make spears. So when we would come and see the steelhead, we try and catch them with a steelhead. We used to have a great teacher over here. His name was Mr. Leslie, and he knew just about everything.
Why don't you go down, turn right at the light and go to Linden and turn left. Mr. Leslie, you say?
Mr. Leslie, he was a great, like the one of the best. And there's the Muriel.
Yeah, there's the
It turned out real good.
So you don't remember that it was an all-Mexican school?
It was all Mexican right there.
Okay.
Oh, the Mexican store was across the street. and that's Kramer Track, that road that goes up. It's Kramer Track too. And that store has been there ever since.
And now, is this 8th Street?
7th
7th Street.
7th Street.
And
there was a gas station right there.
Oh, there was a gas station.
Yes, in the corner. A Union gas station used to be there. And this is, they used to call this Hollywood.
Yeah, why was that street called Hollywood?
Because there were some girls there that they thought they belonged to Hollywood. And they were the girls of the pretty girls. We went to school with them. And they called it Hollywood because they always thought they was going to be movie stars.
Remember what their name was? Their
oh, geez, I had
okay. Well, we could look that up.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Anything else here? What creek is this?
This is 7th Street.
This
creek.
7th Street.
Franklin Creek.
Franklin Creek.
And there was just old houses here.
Okay.
All here. And some of the houses are still, see, that house has been there ever since.
Oh, yeah.
The little one on the left. And all these had been rebuilt because people used to rebuild their houses. That's an old house right there too.
And this is the old.
And the old church.
Old St. Joseph's.
That's where we got married.
Uh-huh.
Rosie and I. And these were just houses.
Okay, where the apartments.
This is rebuilt.
Uh-huh.
Because houses like the one that's next door and across the street. And those apartments I think have been there too.
Do you remember how much a house cost back in the day?
You know, we lived right next to the post office. I mean, to the fire department.
Uh-huh.
We bought a house in 1953 for $14,000.
Wow, and the house you're in now?
And they've been offering us $1,500,000 for the house now.
Wow.
And my son said, "Why don't you sell it? If I sell it, am I gonna be living with you?" He changed his mind. And that house has been there ever since. These are new right here. And all those shacks have been there too. And these are new. These are new apartments.
Do you remember any of the news stories in town?
I know that.
Any of the big news stories?
No. We were always playing sports. We didn't worry who was who or what or who lived where. But this house has been there ever since.
This yellow one.
All these houses right here.
They've
been here ever since that I know of. Before my time. Yeah. And the houses on the left side too. Yeah, let's see the architecture.
Yeah, is it? I wonder if it's
And
Victorian.
most of them had a porch outside.
The porch,
Yeah.
And the Palms used to have live music too.
Yeah, they sure did.
What was there any other place in town that had live music?
Not that I remember. That's about the only one. And there was Tony's Pizza used to be here.
Yeah, there's Tony's there. Do you remember what was, okay, so there was Tony's at Little Dom's Church.
I think they were over here, Tony's. And this is a hardware store. Used to be here.
Yeah. Was the Hickey Brothers store here?
The Hickeys run, yeah, they owned all this. The apartments on the back, they own this, and the apartments in the back.
Okay, and you can continue straight when it's good. Do you remember the names of any mayors or city council people?
Well, Joe, not Joe, Ernie Wilbrant, and what's his name? I forget the names of the other.
Ernie
There was
Wilbrant.
another one. They owned a nursery. Oh, what's his name? And in Robertize used to be in the city council. And Carmen used to be in the city council too.
I might have Carmen also do a tour of town, tell me about the old things.
And these stores, there used to be a restaurant right there, a real nice restaurant, and a gas station, a Shell gas station used to be.
I think the restaurant that was there was Bud's Exception.
Yeah.
Remember that? And there were some other restaurants.
It was a good restaurant.
And there's Mills
The people
Corner.
that ran it were real nice. Yeah.
How about this was a gas station?
This has been there. That I remember. And there used to be a bank here.
A bank, yeah.
A bank used to be right
where
here.
Rincon Brewery is.
And the Union gas station's been there ever since.
Okay. And where Sunburst is here, was that an Orange Julius or?
That used to be we used to put postcards and everything right there, and there used to be like a printing place.
Oh, right.
I forget the name.
Sunburst Printers.
Yeah.
Sunburst. And then over here, where Teddy's is, was that City Hall at one point? I think it was.
No, I'm not sure.
How about, do you remember anything on either side of the street here?
It's been like this ever since. At least in the library, it's been here. It's been there.
And the Torrey Pine, that's obviously been here a long time. The Torrey Pine, do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, that tree is the oldest in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it used to be an empty lot here, and the people that used to run it, Mrs. King, lived there, and she owned the pickup shop that I told you about next to the post office, and I worked for them. I used to work in the pickup shop, cleaning the place up and selling some of the magazines.
Yeah, this is now the Good Plow. Do you remember what was
this
there?
It was
Foster's Freeze?
What's his name? We used to come in. Forget.
I think it was a Foster's
Like
Freeze.
a pickup, not a pickup, a restaurant.
Foster's Freeze.
Foster Freeze.
Foster's Freeze.
There you go. Thank you.
And how about on either side here?
That's been the same thing all the time.
Okay.
And that building's been there too, that I can remember. And these cabins, these are cabins over here on the right side.
You can keep going when you can. Okay. And where the pool is now, what was there?
It was.
Want me to go straight?
Yeah.
It was just a field that I remember.
And then the community built
We
the
got
pool.
A basketball gym would be right there where the gym is now. That's where we used to play basketball. And the football field was a our football field. This is where I went to high school.
This was the old high school.
The old high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Good teachers that we had then.
Now it's the middle school. And these two shopping malls, are they new?
Oh.
The Shepherd Place and Casitas?
Oh, this used to be a lemon orchard right here.
Right, a lemon
Oh.
orchard.
The Shepherds used to own that.
The Shepherds did?
Shepherds,
As in Shepherd Mesa?
yeah, the same. And right here across the street,
Yeah.
there used to be like a gas station and a pickup shop. When we used to come out for recess, we used to come over here and get get our goodies right there, and even at the lunchtime.
Nice. And this building is...
This used to be orchards,
Okay.
and the Masonic came later, and the
Uh-huh.
post office came later. That's where I worked.
You worked in the post office
Office.
there.
I used to deliver mail for almost 25 years.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I hurt myself, and then I became a clerk and worked 5 years there at the post office as a clerk.
Okay. Is there anywhere else in town you want to bring us, or anywhere else we should look?
This used to be where they sell houses and things,
Real estate office?
real estate, and you probably know her,
Yeah. Debbie Murphy?
Debbie Murphy,
Right.
and used to run that place. Real nice. She's a real nice person.
Yeah. Okay, well, this has been
That's
a good
bit-
tour.
Yeah, that's about
We can
it.
head back, but we'll see if we have any other questions for Lorenzo.
And
Yeah.
and this place here on the right side,
Yeah?
there used to be where they used to like a nursery, and they sell flowers from this street up to the next street. They had flowers,
Oh, really? Flowers
flower
on the
growers,
street.
like a nursery, like.
Huh. And the flower growers, have they been here your whole life?
Yeah, the ones up on Foothill Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real nice families. And I used to deliver the mail here,
Uh-huh.
go all the way down to Calle Arena, Calle Canalino, walk all this place here.
So this used to be the high end of town.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where
It's still the summer
Still-
high end.
still is.
Uh-huh.
Well, now everything.
Well, now everything's a high end of town. Did you ever get bitten by a dog as a mailman?
The only time I ever got bitten by the little small dogs, I would deliver the mail to the house, and the ladies would have a little dog, and those are the ones that we get. She would put her legs together, but the little girls would still go through her legs, and they cut me a bit. Oh my goodness! He said, Lorenzo, it's never happened before, but I used to deliver here. I was never afraid of dogs. The only time I ever said, this family had 2 Dobermans, and they had a fence, but the fence wasn't high enough, and you could see them when they were trying to get over the top. And I told the people, you're going to have a higher fence here, or the people here aren't going to be getting their mail. And they finally added 3 more feet through the fence, because they had 2 doors. My goodness, never did I want to get close to that house.
Well, I know now people complain. Some people here in town now complain when there are more and more tourists or people living here. But did people always complain about the tourists, or any thoughts?
Not really. We welcomed them because that's what kept the economy going here in town. If we didn't have the tourists, we lose a lot of business. And all these are new. All these houses are all new. Real nice people. Seeing the kids growing up, the families have their babies, and then others would come, and they used to be. Oh, let me tell you this story. This lady, I delivered over Calle Arena. I don't know what you know. She used to be the work at the girls' club. What's her name? Oh my!
The director of the girls' club.
Director of the girls' club.
I think I know who you mean, but yeah.
A lady. Anyway.
A short lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what was her name?
Do you remember Tara?
I'm I'm blanking on it.
Okay, I'm blanking too,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, anyway, they used to live on Calle Arena, the left street by the beach, and I had the jeep with me, and their kids were about 2 blocks away from the house, and I knew who they who they belonged to, so I picked them up, put them in the jeep, and then I knocked on the door. He said, "Where are?" Well, I knew their names then. He said, "Where are they?" He said, "Well, they were out here playing." Well, you know where they are? They're in my jeep. They used to be. They were 2 blocks away from you, and I said, "Here they are. Don't ever do that again. Keep an eye on the kids." And every time I see her at Albertsons, I still remind her. Remember? Oh, Lorenzo. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Well, but kids got to roam around more back in the old days.
Oh, yeah. We weren't worried about anything like where we used to live. Nobody left their doors locked. Their windows would be open, and nobody. Everybody took care of everybody, of themselves.
Have you ever had? So you live next door to the fire department here in town. What street do you live on?
Walnut.
Walnut.
Yeah.
And have you ever had burglars come to your house?
I've had some people there. The cops were chasing,
Really?
and they ran into our yard, in the front yard, and they're jumping over the fence next door, and the cops coming after them. And then at one time, my son called. He said, "What happened at your place?" They found a dead person in the front yard.
Of your front yard?
Yeah, it was, and they said, "We can't get over to your house." They had the street on 7th Street blocked, and the street on Carpinteria Avenue blocked, and cops were all over the place. And they said, "This happened at night." They did. I slept through everything until I got outside, and they had lights out by the driveway in front of our driveway. But that's the only incident that happened. That they found a dead person out in the yard.
Were you here when Charlie Chaplin got married in town?
I really don't remember.
Roxanne's places.
I think he got married by the pine tree.
Well, he got married at Roxanne. What's the name of that place, Tara?
Hidden Valley Ranch? Montecito?
The
No.
sewing shop.
The sewing shop where Roxanne's is. Anyway, so we're here in Concha Loma, and can you remember any big news stories in town? There was some. You ever remember a flood?
Oh, that creek that goes right there,
Carpinteria Creek.
Carpinteria Creek. They used to get flooded, and when I worked with the Parks Department, they called us at night because we were the flood control. And we came at night. There was 3 of us, and the creek blocked at the bridge, because the bridge is real small, and we had to go into the water and get all those branches and everything out of there.
You mean the residents did it rather than Public Works? Well, you just had to get the branches out, so it wasn't
We just had to
out.
get the branches out and put it on the side, cut them on, and this was in the middle of the night.
Well, there's a funny house here. Is it an octagon or this funny shaped house? Do you know anything about that?
It's round houses.
They're
Oh my
round
goodness!
houses.
I remember when they built it, and he said, "Well, what's happening?" And he said, "Oh, we just remind us of the desert places in Egypt and things like that. So we thought we'd build it like this." Everybody here was real nice.
No meanies in town?
No what?
No meanies? No bad?
Oh no, they were all good people.
I know there was one story back in the day of a woman was killed and the cops may have had something to do with it. Do you remember that story?
Oh, there was yeah. I remember the story. It was still still young, and it came out in the papers and everything, and they still didn't know. I don't know whatever happened, the results of who
I
did
think,
it.
yeah, I understand it was kind of hushed up, but maybe
Yeah.
not. There's the Motel 6. That must be new.
Motel 6 has been there ever since.
And the creeks here, Carpinteria Creek.
See how low it is?
Oh, how low it is. Yeah, I understand they may
Yeah.
rebuild this bridge and make
Yeah.
it higher.
And that's where you got plugged up on that side. Goodies for the high school students. Everybody would come from there during recess and come over here. And there used to be a gas station too.
But you call it a pickup shop. That means just
No,
kind of
it was. I wasn't
snacks.
like a snack, a gas station that sold like the 76 over there where they sell food and everything for people that are
Convenience.
driving by, a convenience for other people. Because this was still the highway 2,
This
Highway-
was Highway 1.
Carpinteria.
And then when they built the freeway, do you remember when they built the freeway?
I was in the service.
Oh, you were in the service.
I was in the service then.
What year was that around?
I think it was because I joined in 1949 and I got back in 1953, 54.
Where were you in the service?
I was in Korea
For the Korean War?
during the Korean War.
And what did you do in the service?
I was a corpsman,
And
a medic.
Oh, a medic?
Yeah, I used to take care of the Marines that got hurt.
And how did they get hurt from?
From the shootings, because we had our line of defense here, our line of defense there, and then we had outposts, and that's where most of the Marines got hurt, because we had Vegas, Reno, and the 2 other outposts.
Here we are back at your house. Could
Uh-huh.
I get a shot inside your house?
Sure.
You have a colorful yard and house, so we'll get a quick shot.
When we first moved here,
Yeah.
this tree was supposed to be like a maple tree that flowers,
Yeah.
and that's what the guy from the nursery gave me, and I wanted a
Flowering
small
tree?
one.
You
We-
wanted a small one?
It's still during the autumn we have flower and everything, but it came in handy because the kids used to play on that tree all the time,
That looks like a good climbing tree.
and my.
Looks like you've collected quite a few things over the years.
Yeah, everywhere. We used to go on trips a lot in our younger days, and everywhere we went, we used to bring something back.
You'd always bring something back.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for a good tour.
Oh, thank you for the tour. Hope I was able to help you.
You were. And any messages to the people of Carpinteria?
Oh, love the town. Take care of it, so we can have a good time here all the time.
Okay, well, thank you and good luck to you. 95 years old.
95 years old.
Wow, good job. Nice to see you, Lorenzo.
And my daughter, our firstborn.
Is here with you today.
Yeah.
Well, nice to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you.